Good morning and welcome to Stavanger, Norway. Welcome to the Gruyère European Curling Championships, coming to you live from the SWE-RUS Arena. So, this morning's game will be between Sweden and Russia. Sweden 3 wins, 2 defeats. Russia with only that 1 win so far. So teams just preparing themselves.
Let's meet the teams here. Lead, Victor Schell. Second, Fredrik Lindberg. Third player, Sebastian Kraup. And of course, the familiar face of Niklas Edin playing skip. Alternate Oscar Eriksson and coach Evelund. Well, for Russia, another mixed up lineup. Peter Drawn playing lead, Andrei Drozdov skip, and second player Evgeny Arkhipov playing third, previously playing fourth, and Alexei Stukalski playing fourth stones. Alexander Kozyrev is the alternate.
Thanks, Logan. So there you see the standings. Denmark and Norway clear of the rest of the field. You see Russia joining in, Czech Republic, Finland and France at the bottom of the table. So if you just joined us, it's myself, Kenny Edwards, and I'm joined by Logan Gray as we take a look at the other matches on the ice this morning. Norway taking on Finland, Denmark versus France, Czech Republic, Scotland. Our feature game, Sweden, Russia, and over on sheet E is Latvia versus Switzerland. It will be Sweden to get us underway in the first, playing red stones, Russia yellow. Russia managing to draw the pin with the draw the shot challenge. Niklas Edin only middle of the 8 foot as we take a look at Victor Schall for Sweden. So Logan, do you expect to be a lot of stones in play in this game, or do you think the Russian team will keep it quite tight early on?
Yeah, I think absolutely Russia will keep things reasonably tight. Niklas Edin is definitely the more experienced team, definitely better technically and tactically, so they'll be looking to try and put that to their advantage early on in the game. Put some pressure on this Russian team and try and get off to an early lead. However, Stukalski for Russia did make a pin draw for the hammer in the first end, so Russia with the advantage early on. Your first look at Peter Drawn, bit of a unit.
Probably look more at home in a Rocky Balboa maybe than on an ice rink.
Oh, a nice draw there. Good touch from the big man, but doesn't quite manage to hide it behind the guard. I think that actually just glanced the guard, but still gets the job done. See that red at the front of the house now, actually in the house.
Board. Board. Whoa. Sit. 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 Let it. Sit.
So,
Clear
drawn for Russia, trying to hit and check in, but just catches the wrong side. Keeps the shearer out wide.
It'll be interesting to see if Niklas does employ this, the same sort of tactics that they used against France yesterday. Here's Frederick Lindberg, the 27-year-old from Karlstad. Yeah, yesterday got a little bit impatient with his French opposition when they were playing extremely negatively, and really tried to force the issue by throwing double centre guards. Did work in the end, but I would say their stone positioning was less than perfect early on in the game, and it did take a little bit of time for them to get going, and they did start to get a little bit frustrated. So Niklas did say in his post-game interview with you, Kenny, that he was looking for them just to tighten up on the draws a little bit.
Yeah, certainly did. Just stone positioning, like you said, maybe just not where they would want it. But these guys are full-time athletes now, curling pretty much every day. So I'm sure they'll be pretty confident in turning things around and trying to make a play for the playoffs. So you see the rules of play for the round robin: 6 ends minimum, 73 minutes, 1 coach interaction. Did actually see the time clocks go down yesterday. Some games took a good 3¼ hours.
Yeah, play really ground to a stop in the afternoon draw yesterday. They were on the air for about 3½ hours by the end of it.
Yeah, if there was ever an example of why time clocks are in play, that was it.
So here's Sebastian Kraut with a chance once again for Sweden to lie to. And the angles maybe getting a little bit better for some sort of double takeout attempt here for Russia.
Kom igen, kom igen, tryck i. Det löser det. 9:66. Ja.
Well, maybe a little bit light there from Sebastian.
Yeah, just been a little out of sorts so far this week, Sebastian. Just not that 80% plus that he's so used to be playing, and you know he's always very consistent. A couple of slack shots here and there.
So this guy seems to be the kind of up-and-coming star in Russian curling. Did start the week throwing 4th stones, but this is his first European Championships, and he's moved back down to 3rd. Saw him miss a glorious chance just a couple of days ago to defeat the Czech Republic and hand them their first win. Just had to draw just touching the 4th circle, and it's a little bit hot and through. It's a little bit too much adrenaline in that one. So he stepped down to 3rd, and Stukalski's throwing the last stones now. A little bit of a risk, Kenny. I don't think Stukalski's... I've certainly never seen him throwing last stones for this Russian team.
Yeah, I've seen him play 2nd quite often, but we're used to this sort of juggling about of teams of the team from Russia on the women's and the men's side. So it's a strange way of doing things, but it seems to work for them.
Si! Si! No, 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 si! Si! Si!
Well, there's no doubt that this men's team is very much in the shadow of the women's team. Of course, Anna Sidorova and her team, the reigning champions, winning gold last year, and of course 2006 Lucy Privivkova won the European Championships for Russia as well as the World Juniors that year. So not much excitement here in the first end, just really trading takeouts. And a mistake by Sebastian Kraut allows Russia to have a chance to blank this end. Here is Alexei Stukalski, just 25 years old. Makes a good nose hit takeout to start the game. Okay, so it comes down to the final stone of this first end, and Andrei Drozdov indicating to his fourth player that he wants to hit and roll away here to preserve the last stone going into the second end. No problem here for Stukalski. Hits and runs. And the first end's blanked here in draw 6. One end played. Sweden 0, Russia 0.
Ну что, загар будет ставить?
Естественно, загар повезем. Вот первым они ставили. Да. Будем загорать за центр. Если что, сразу чистимся.
А тот, в котором первый привез, в доме был или нет?
Он вначале не в доме был, помнишь, нас задели?
Да, потом в доме стал.
Да, поэтому я и бил его.
Все, поехали.
Она мне делает свое.
So into this second end of Sweden versus Russia in the 6th draw of the Gruyère European Curling Championships. Russia with last stone advantage. Sweden will once again try and throw up the tight centre guard. So period drawn for Russia.
Тилайн, начало дома, Тилайн.
Линия норма.
Тилайн.
Легче.
Тилайн, 4 фута.
4 за, Андрюх, 4 за идет.
Воу, поднять сам.
4
фута.
4 за. 4 за.
Ты до Тилайн. 100%.
Just looking pretty nice from the big man. Seems fairly happy with that.
Yeah, perfect positioning from Jumbotron.
Not yet.
So my good friend Jerry Gertz has been in touch again this morning, Kenny. All the way from London, Ontario in Canada.
This guy, man, he can't sleep, Logan.
No, I don't think he does. It must be something like, maybe not that late, maybe, I don't know, 1:15 or something like that. And then Jerry runs the Curling Zone website and has a fantastic resource of statistics. And has been in touch to give some information about head-to-heads between Nicolas Sedin and Andrei Drozdov. So over the last few years, since 2009, they played each other 5 times, and Nicolas Sedin is 5-0 against Drozdov. So if you didn't get your money on Sweden before this game, still late, the book's closed. But that might have been some useful information. And the last time they played each other was at the Baden Masters in September, and Nicolas Sedin won 6 shots to 4. So thanks again, Jerry, for giving us a handout with that one. And keep them coming. So some nice setup play by both teams here.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of teams maybe have tried to come around the out turn on this. The reason you wouldn't walk up the out turn is you might leave a double on your reds, which would leave 2 yellows in behind the guards. So that's the reason he's coming this way.
Okay. Они одним ударом все снимут.
Все снимут, да. Нет?
Давай толкнем все-таки чуть-чуть.
Чуть-чуть толкнем, да?
Да.
Давай.
So
Силайн,
he just slipped to the back ring.
Давай с 8.
Давай.
Чуть-чуть толкнем, чтобы фриз этот оттолкнуть.
So can't really take the centre guard off, because the Swedes would probably just play the run double on the yellows to sit 2.
8-9.
One day Drozdov with a
Линия, сип! Линия, сип!
refreshed technique, I would say, Logan.
Линия, сип! Держать, сип!
Sliding with the brush on the deck, just to level the shoulders out.
Yeah, well, he's trying to come down onto the kind of face of this Yellowstone, try and bump them around. This one's going to over curl though. Would have liked to just maybe come down onto that yellow, push it onto the red, just free up that shot, but not a bad result, Kenny.
It's not, because the yellow that's closest to the centre should go directly back onto the red. That's why Nicholas is thinking about just pulling the wide one. I think you probably, drive the guard back. Would you be tempted to drive the guard back with this one, Logan?
93.
It's early enough in the end to bail out.
Well, maybe Kenny, but one thing's for sure, that yellow just in the 12-foot circle is going absolutely nowhere at the moment, but either is the red, but I don't think they want to free up that red stone in the 8-foot at the moment. So that's actually quite a nice shot there from Fredrik Lindberg. Changes the angles up once again.
Yeah, we take a look at sheet A, Norway, Finland. Finland picking up their first win yesterday evening against Czech Republic. Can they do the same against Norway? They get off to a great start. They pick up 2. Lead Thomas Olsrud 2-0.
Вот! Сип! 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 Да, Сип! Сип! Держи! Сип! Держи! Да! Да!
Rosdorf really knows what he's doing. And pushes that one right in behind.
Well, I'd say that still worked out really well for Russia. They've just changed the angles right up and they're lying two with the last stone. See the yellow at the top of the 8, if it just squeezes over to their side of the centre line, that really improves the situation.
Yeah, I think there's a slash there though, Logan. If you can catch the quarters of the top yellow, drive it back onto the yellow-red, yellow combination, you might be able to keep your red shooter in behind that centre guard.
Yeah, I think you're right, Kenny. I think that redstone probably will stay around. But I think for sure, I think I'd prefer to be Russia than Sweden right now. Oh, quite a nice shot there by Sebekraub. Doesn't remove that yellow stone from the top of the 4 foot, but squeezes the two yellows close together and makes a nice little pocket for freezing in at some stage.
Yeah, it's although Russia do sit 2, they're behind the tee line.
Yeah, and the problem for them is that the draw is available on both hands, so it's really difficult to cover that.
So that red stone that's on the centre line in the 8 foot is probably helping Russia. I don't think there's any need to remove it from plate.
Yeah, well, certainly if I was putting the brush down here, or picking the shot here, then I'd be thinking that that freeze is going to be a problem. I don't want to make it easier for Nicholas Edin, because that's the shot that they want to play. Be trying to throw one in and around, probably on the out turn to the top of the button. So Arkhipov with a quiet weight takeout.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! 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 Поднять!
Yeah, it does push the red to the back ring.
Но это 14.
I think we'll see Sweden come down, probably push. No, I thought maybe push one of the yellows through and check over. Just electing to play the cold draw right down onto the face of it.
Kenny, you've talked about cold draw a few times this week. Is this a warm draw because it's got backing?
Well, by the way Sebastian Kraup's been playing, it'll certainly be warm because he's sort of overthrown most of his shots.
It's looking pretty good this time though. Supers seem really happy with this one.
Yeah, great spot.
Yeah, perfect positioning, and that was always going to be the problem by peeling that top 4 stone.
So Russia just going to try and tap the red back.
Фриз, 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 обязательно фриз.
Линии больше.
Фриз.
Линии больше.
Фриз обязательно. Фриз. Фриз. Хорош, Жень. Молодец.
And you've got to think that one's not going anywhere very soon.
Yeah, indeed, Kenny, but the problem at the moment for Russia will be getting a second Stone in there.
Det är inte fel om du har lite vinkel liksom.
Very small scoring area
Inte studsa av.
with that stone frozen in there at the back of the button.
Lite lättare här nu alltså än tidigare. Ja. 93.
Topp 4.
Ska ligga där. Linjen är bra. Linjen är perfekt, ni har den.
Precis,
Linje, hårt, linje. Hårt, ner så säger. Fortsätter det tajt på garden. Hårt, fortsätt efter den också. Kom igen.
precis.
Fortsätt! Kom igen.
Räcker det.
Great scrub by the front end of Sweden. But like you said, Logan, it's going to be pretty hard to get another one in there.
Ja, lika mycket på den sidan.
Можно вести фриз туда косой, чтобы последний раунд выиграть через красный.
Yeah, I think they need to try and bump things around if they want to score 2, but that in itself has some risks.
А что, у нас 61 минута, все нормально.
Ну как-то понятно, что сейчас важный энд, но все равно чуть быстрее надо. Все, Леш,
Фриз туда везем.
фриз или фристеп?
Нет, фриз.
Просто
нельзя.
Давай,
Степ нельзя,
давай.
лучше зона атаки.
Давай. Как это хорошо.
Я понял.
Slänger inte träffat.
Hur mycket ser du av din slag? Kanske inte ser så mycket. Femtedel kanske.
Вес, степ нельзя.
Фриз!
Фриз нельзя.
Фриз, степ, степ! Фриз, степ!
Поднять.
Пятак!
Просто фриз.
Пятак!
Воу, не пятак, начало 4.
Есть вес! Сам!
Воу, нету линии. Воу.
Where are they going with this one? They're just for looking for half checked on the top red.
Воу. Сип. Хорош.
And
Хорош, Леш.
Спасибо.
Супер!
ends up in an okay spot, but there's a red out there on the right hand side of the sheet. Do you think Nicholas will try the in off?
No, I'm not too sure. Not after seeing that freeze from Stukalski. He's played that really well, actually. I don't think he wants to risk coming off the red, and that's what Nicholas is just looking at the moment. But doesn't want to come onto that yellow.
Kommer ligga 3 om jag sätter.
The only shot that Stukalski has to score to at the moment is to draw the edge of the button. So he's also got the shot off the wide red.
Som blir väl om du tar...
Maybe a little bit risky.
Den kanske kommer dit, 750. Om den lockar på den där då.
Den där kommer nog inte in bättre än den om man inte får nästan chapp på den liksom spinner. Han behöver nudda en foten nästan. Den går ju, den är ju fullt möjlig, men han måste få ganska tjock träff. Så det var den där, ligga 3. Eller om man ska garda in det. Då får han spela dragningen för 2 eller den för 2 och vicka in liksom.
Han har den.
Yeah, I think I'd probably take a fly at this wide
Jag tror inte
one.
jag kan ta så tjockt. Ja,
Nej, han säger han.
okej.
Han spelar.
Well, I think it's probably an
Frågan om det
easier
var risken.
shot
Det är inte
Den
Det är
jättelätt.
lite fel vinkel.
the dead draw.
Ändå. Den blir, alltså jag tror... här
den
kommer
där-
röra sig.
den
Den här
där
blir
stannar ju
bättre.
alltid, det-
Oh, det är
det
sant.
Not masses that could go wrong, I don't think. They could lose that red at the top of the button, but
Det är tidigt i matchen så det är...
Han får ju aldrig bort den bak till röda, så vi riskar aldrig mer än 2 med det. Så det är frågan om det är värt risken. Om inte går neråt själv.
You've got to cover the inside edge if you play the draw.
Men då borde ändå sticka kvar där. Borde ju inte kunna bli så farligt ändå.
Kan man sig på något sätt göra den och rulla.
Ja, ta den, sticka här någonstans. Det är risk att den där kan sticka. Om man slår den då, den nuddar. Kanske att den finns för 3 då. Men...
Jag tycker att det kan vara okej att spela.
well, they do always have some in-depth discussions. Indeed,
Tjockare va? Halv.
Kruip. I think there probably is some value coming off this red.
Ja, du menar att komma exakt
Ja,
på?
alltså smackchappa ner den där.
Ja, okej.
Jag träffar
Ja,
inte
jag
den
tror
här
det är
på halv. Jag
halv,
träffar inte
tror jag.
den på halv i alla fall.
Halv tror jag är för tjockt.
I think the ladder on the thin side rather than thick.
Ja, om man ska spela den dubbeln, det är fan 3/4 träff.
Yeah, even if they do come down on the thick side though, they could roll over and cover the draw, so they've got options. I don't think we'll see enormous weight from Niklas Edin, maybe just like a normal weight. Certainly not the usual full buna.
Inte så mycket curl här skulle jag tro.
Det kan nästan lite rakt där. Jag bara för tjockt, den för tunn.
Jag spelade en take här mot Danmark där jag nästan blazade. Den gick jävligt rakt den. Det var där det. Ja, men det är samma lutning på den här. Det gick ju rakt mot Danmark. Det känns som den här banan har samma profil. Ja. Jag tror inte den kommer curla gigantiskt mycket. 40-45 någonting. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just going to play the out turn.
Yep.
Well, it's coming down with some pace. Maybe trying to hit half stone roughly. So is that any good? Probably not.
I'll tell you what, Logan, that's why you couldn't afford to catch it fat. Could be a slash on here for an absolute bagful. You will see the slide of Niklas. Maybe just set it off on its way, and it over curled.
Nice pictures here.
Yeah, it's an early start for our guys this morning.
I believe they had to get the 6:13 bus.
Jeez, it's unfortunate, isn't it, Logan?
Well, the good news for Niklas Edin here is that redstone at the back of the button is going absolutely nowhere. So I think the most. What's the worst that could happen here? I think the shot is probably just to straight tap the yellow at the top of the forefoot for 2.
Если в лоб и еще этот оттолкнем.
От этого ролла, если сыграть.
I don't think there's any guarantee that they could get a shot playing on that red on the right-hand side of the forefoot towards the top of your screen. Just I don't even know if there is a nose bump on that yellow, is there?
I don't know, I think it's probably worth having a go at slashing the red in, and how's your luck? Might kick the red onto the yellow and then off the yellow at the back of the 8-foot through the little gap.
I
think that's what they're going for, Logan, just the tap on the top yellow.
Yeah, I think it's about all they've got. For me, I can't really see how that yellow stone's getting out of there. Sorry, the red stone's getting out of there at the back of the button, so probably the safest option just to go for this. Doesn't seem to be too much that could go wrong. So Stukalski just with a kind of T-weight tap. Can they sneak this past the top one? I don't think so. Not even the power of Big Drawn can get that one by. And it will be a score of 1 in the second end. 2 ends played here. And it's Russia 1, Sweden 0.
Я щетку положу поставил, чем просто. Ну щетку надо явно уже ставить, потому что мы просто нормально, все нормально. 4 фута, 26. Играем на форс. Да.
Что было-то? Щетка?
Он сразу валить начал. Может, вес надо посильнее? Хотя вес был, да?
Вес отличный. Я думаю, растерли бы.
Мы его терли, да, этот вес был уже где-то за тих, точно.
Все, поехали, 4 фута.
Все, дальше играем.
So Sweden got that last stone advantage now. see what they can do.
4 фута.
4 надо.
Цып, Женя.
Цып! 4 фута!
Expect to see a lot of stones in play once again.
В конце.
Been really well trying
О, линия!
pick up a multiple score here.
О, Жень. Во. Не переваливай.
Supers having to go hard to get this one over. They do, but it's quite long.
Давай, Лёх. 5! 5!
Женя, думать!
Ничего тут думать. 5!
So,
Цып! Линия, цып!
Линия. Женя первый.
Женя!
Supers
Лови его!
Линия надо. Давай, линия. Цып.
Хорош. Остаешься, Лех.
Леха.
They do get the one top of 4 and the centre guard on it. Probably a little long.
Go!
So just played that at controlled weight. So that if they did catch the guard, they would leave a double corner. So it's not actually that bad, that call.
Yeah, that was definitely a good miss from Victor Schell, knowing where the tolerance is and opening up the centre of play. Sweden with the last stone. And already puts Rush under a little bit of pressure to play a good guard once again here.
Начало! Начало!
О, ничего, ребята, ждем.
26 наберет.
О, все, сам до конца.
26.
Вообще уберите счет.
26 полкамня.
Все, ничего.
And they're just trying to guard this one. I think what we might see is no, I actually thought we'd maybe try and hit and check in behind the corners, but still electing to hit the open one. But we'll take a look at sheet C. Dave Murdoch with his last stone, second end, trying to draw to the 1 foot, just a little rub off the red stone in the 4.
Hard!
Gets through the gap.
Hard!
And does enough to score 2.
Great, buddy.
That's a hell of a draw from David Murdoch. Squeaks one through the port, scores 2, and Czech Republic not always one of Dave's favourite teams to play against. They've got the best track record there.
Да. Чем дальше, тем лучше. Ничего. Не выключайте, сделайте ролл туда, под газ.
So this is where we maybe see a little bit of impatience from Nicholas Dean.
Jag tror att...
I would have thought they would have done this with the first one, rather than hit the open one.
kan...
So why change your mind now?
Inte riktigt lika lätt som nere hit är det, men kanske 1,5 meter
To come around the corner.
Vid linjen! Ja, gärna kan behöva gå! Behöver curla massor, ligger i centern. Här går spikrakt. Vi chappar centern.
This one just sitting high of the centre. And not a great result at all. Bumps him into the 8 foot.
Oh, that's just a horrible shot there from Fredrik Lindberg.
Curla lika mycket som taken.
Not many smiles this time. That's just really not even close to what they were looking for there. So a chance here in the third end for Drozdov and his Russian side. I think a guard would be better here. If you throw one into the house, then Niklas is just going to run that guard in and open up the centre of play. So very quickly the play could go towards that corner guard. If you could throw a guard here, then it might just keep them outside the house a little bit longer.
Начало! Дом! Начало, может быть, дурак?
Си!
Не-не-не! Начало!
Си! Си!
Вали его!
Си! Да! Си!
Гард уже!
Си! 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 Си!
Дай контакт! Под углом!
Oh no.
Петь, ну что ты не трешь-то?
Exactly where you
Видно,
didn't
что
want it.
идет вот. Блять.
Just makes the run back so easy for Nicholas.
Скажи ему.
Скажи, что это?
Träffa lite höger sida då. Did it move?
Yeah, so I think fair unit of drawn touched the redstone just at the bottom of the screen.
I'm surprised he doesn't do it more, to be honest, Kenny, with size 15 feet.
He's
Clearing om du vill. Clearing eller 8.
big lad.
Helst få ut den här dit så att den inte gardar den.
Du vill inte spela så eller?
Nej, då draggar den hit och blir helt öppen där.
Okej.
Ska spela 7 om du vill.
Okej.
Borde gå ganska rakt här. Chappen är helt okej. Chappen stickar man på.
So
Ja, får jag lite mer ändå.
I
Jag
think
kommer
he
mer
said
curla där.
control. So just right on the nose. So not a big take away.
Mer.
Wow. In. Japp, 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 japp. Hårt. Det är bra.
Couldn't hold the shooter. So chance for Russia to open up the centre line. Just hit and roll in behind the corner guard.
Well, still a chance here for Russia to force the one, but Arkhipov definitely missed a great chance to put a lot of pressure on Sweden in this third end. Not really any danger at this point for Sweden.
Vänta Eder.
Okej, fart.
Vänta.
Ja! Hårt! Hårt!
They made the roll.
Back. Hårt! Go.
Great effort.
Han spinner till där, kommer ut. Folk tog in så fast spinnar till den.
Now Russia staring at 2 in the face.
Va?
Да, Тилайн. Можно даже зайти. Можно второй ближе. Нет, второй ближе.
So, what can Russia do? Can they make a draw right round in behind? There you see the red is right in behind the corner guards.
Есть линия! Есть линия! Вес!
Вес супер, Тилайн!
Подожди, о, нету линии, ребята! О, доти! Вот здесь четко! Здесь четко!
Надо вес!
Женя! Женя первый! Женя первый, свип до конца!
So looking pretty good though, Logan.
More important to get these Yellowstones leveled up more than get it hidden behind the guard. So,
Bron, you have the smaller feet.
Ska vi spela den så här för chans?
Here we go, we'll get another look at this one. See Big Drawn kicking the guard again and just echoing me and Kenny's comments earlier, but the first time he kicked the guard.
Yeah, Sebastian saying he needs to get smaller feet.
So, just give it a little nick on the way past there. He's not the lightest on his feet. Oh, there we go. Sorry, guys.
Let's face it, you're not going to argue with him, are you?
Just you put that back where you want it, big guy.
Nej, ta. Tia. Vicka över ganska långt. På linan är helt okej, men helst ända in bakom den andra. Ja, försöka ligga skott där. Vi kan inte komma riktigt bakom den andra. Men...
What can Nicholas Sedin do here? Probably just looking for a hack weight around these guards. Got to be cautious not to catch that red top of the 12 foot.
Med. Wow! Med! Japp! Wow! Nej! Japp! Max! Fortsätt! Hårt! Gå nu! Gå!
So does make the hit and roll to centre line. Russia probably going to play a nose hit to sit to, but Victor Schall now kicks the guard.
It's like a game of football on ice, this.
Но атака-то далеких будет. Да. А здесь? Stink liksom.
Nej, jag tycker sätter helt okej. Vi vill bara rulla ner.
Борт? Давай борт.
Нормально все, Петь. Все хорошо, оцениваю минут. Я только не понимаю, что они там надумали. Что, Лёх?
Борт.
A little bit of pressure on this. Can't afford to roll out of play. Certainly out of the 8 foot.
Там двойной, от желтого куда он будет бить. А так двойной там тяжелый очень. Если будет бить, то свой тоже идет. Окей. Борт, да? Да, вес борт. 30.
So important to leave a good angle between these two Yellowstones in the house. Any sniff of a double takeout, he'll probably go for it. These stones will be pretty close together if he hits on the nose, so it does need to roll.
I think Nicholas will have a go at this double, or will he just take the one?
I don't think you want to risk giving up a steal. And that is always the risk when you're hitting the stone that's second shot first.
You see sweeping the Russian front end.
Well, this is just the confidence of the great man that is Nicholas Dean, reigning European and world champion. And it is a half stone double. So here we go, final stone of the third end, Nicholas Sedin. His arrow-like delivery. Trying to dart this double. And he's done enough to make contact. Has he done enough to get shot? No, he has not, and it will be a steal of 1 in the third end.
Just over curled. Another half-inch less. It would have been a score of 2.
Now, if there's any criticism of how Niklas throws these stones, there's not a lot of handle on the stone, so it can be quite easy to hit the stone too thick or not getting maybe as much reaction off the first stone as he might hope. You'd certainly fancy him to make that shot, just hits it just a fraction too thick. 3 ends played here this morning, and Russia are leading Sweden by 2 shots to 0. Maybe an upset on the cards here.
So, pair drawn.
4 фута. 4 до.
Gonna try and throw this one top of the forefoot, I expect. Seen some fancy footwork from the lead in the last end. Some fancy play. Throwing that one top of the forefoot.
Yeah, I think after this game, team coach Roger Schmidt will be sending Big Peter for some speed ladder training. Make sure you can get in and out of those guards a little bit better.
Det var lite kö där. Ja, jag tycker jag satte den där förra spelaren hookade även här tycker jag. Jag satte det bra, tendensen lite. Det är inte så good.
So 86% for the lead. I think someone's been a little bit generous. Maybe someone's a little bit scared of him.
Well, that's for the tournament, Kenny. Seems to be having a good tournament, and he seems to be the only player that's not changing position in this team at the moment. So, pretty good guard, but maybe just covers the wrong side of this yellow stone, and Niklas Dean with a chance to make a play on the stone in the house and roll one towards the corner guard. Victor Schell playing 89% in the tournament. Really is a terrific lead, Victor.
Det var bra fokus.
Var det närmare hugga? Nej, 12 eller 8. Bra spel.
Lite trögare.
Второй садился в ней.
Чё?
Второй садил.
У него такой колодка была.
Не, я говорю.
Махнемся?
Yeah, Victor actually played with national coach Pia Lindholm for a season, playing in the Worlds in Edmonton in 2007, and then also the Europeans the following season. And he actually played second then, before retraining to become a lead for Team Niklas Edin the following season.
Yeah, I think that could have been alongside Denmark coach for Rasmus Sterna in 2009. James Rybra, actually. So
I think you can be absolutely accurate with that assumption, Kenny.
it's not very often I'm wrong, Logan.
Well, I'm not too sure about that. So anyway, here's Fredrik Lindberg trying to make the roll behind the corner, and they just lost that when the sweep in. You would generally like to overroll those stones and get it out the other side of the corner guard. when you've got the last stone.
Я бы больше.
Славы! Си! 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 Оу! 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 Си! Да! 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 Си! Да! Си, братца! Женя! Женя!
Hits and rolls in. Has he done enough?
Someone just let out a little
Хорошо выше сделал.
peep.
Yeah, there certainly was a lot of high-pitched screaming in that one.
Samma!
So,
Yeah, I was looking around for any girls on the ice for a minute there, Kenny, but there doesn't seem to be any. Just just a scream gone wrong. Happens to the best of us.
yeah, we're going to take a look at sheet A once again. Norway picking up 3 in the second end, and Finland in all sorts of trouble once again. Looking to run the guard back, nowhere near, and it would be a steal of 1 for Thomas Olsrud, and they now lead 4-2 here in the Sumark Arena.
I think that was a good chance there for Finland to maybe pick a couple up. Had a bit of a let off. Meanwhile, we've got a super draw here from Evgeny Arkhipov.
64. Ну камень другие, что ли? Камень, да. Или надо пускать по-другому.
Really punishing Fredrik Lindberg for that previous miss. Hitting and rolling out of the rings.
Нормально все, идет и идет. Я кидаю.
Sebastian Kraut, 80%. A little bit lower than he would have liked. And that ain't going to do the stats any harm at all.
Well, I think we have to remember, Kenny, that he's 80% for the tournament, but he actually had a very poor game against Norway, which probably would have dragged him down a couple of % average. So definitely had a good day yesterday. Shot around 90% against France, so go back on the wagon pretty quickly after the disappointment of the loss to Norway, and of course losing to Denmark in the game previous as well. Well, in contrast to Evgeny Arkhipov, who's really struggling this week, probably why he finds himself moving down the team. Just playing 67% for the tournament.
В конце только, в конце, сзади! Сзади!
This draw just slipping too far. I think we'll see Nicholas come around the guard rather than run it back this time.
Vilka vill ha?
So Sweden haven't really managed to get anything going in this game. But here's another chance here for the Swedish third. Pretty good run with his first one, opened up the centre of play as well.
Så lång ut, så lång ut, så lång ut. Och curla.
Farten är helt okej om vi curlar.
Heden med, den kommer nu.
Heden närmast. Vi behöver eka lite.
Ja, vänta, eka för linjen också.
Farten är där, den studsar lite just nu.
Ja, bra.
Samma fart.
Well, just Drewer's up in time. Certainly wouldn't have liked to bounce any further.
нулем, мужики. Нулем. Либо стей, либо чуть ролл внутрь.
I think you could probably get to the face of the red quite easily, maybe even a little bit inside and squeak it by the back yellow.
Noll!
81% for Stakalski.
Never see you curling a pair of socks like that, Kenny. Like the ones Archipop's wearing. A pair of high-vis ankle numbers.
I can't say I'm loving that.
Anyway, Stakalski's put a really good hit and roll there.
Yeah, I think the only call now is just to tap it back and sit on the top of the yellow just played. You see really tight to the guard.
Yeah, and a really good shot of these socks that we just mentioned.
Yeah, a little bit bright for a Tuesday morning, I think, Logan.
So Nicholas Edin finding himself in yet more bother here in draw 6. Just haven't managed to get anything going. Maybe Team Sweden not quite as much morning people as the Russians. Of course, the Russians, time difference, they'll be a few hours ahead of us just now, so probably feels like lunchtime to them. Nicholas Edin playing 80% for the tournament. He needs a good one here. I think the super is just indicating this one's maybe a little bit hot.
Okay, so does sit short, but it's wide open.
Yeah, they just put a little sweep at that on that at the end. They didn't want to let it curl too much and flop off in front of the tee line. They were wanting to take it past the tee line so any nose hit, they could still have an opportunity to score here in this fourth end, sorry.
В идеале, да, в идеале на тебя туда к желтому. Давай.
So maybe just hit and check to the right would be the call here.
I'd say it does look like he's throwing the stone well, Stakalski.
Very smooth technique. That's real nice.
Хорош, Лёш. Тоже вариант.
Спасибо.
Супер.
So, Sweden under pressure here, needing a really good draw.
Смотри, свип взяли, да, он даже это вообще прямо пошел. В конце только проверил, да.
I'd say Stakalski's not had to do anything too tricky this far. It's just doing the simple things and doing them well so far.
Kommer inte få ryggen om det är minsta hård så har vi inte ryggen alls. Okay.
So here he is, Nicholas Edin with his final stone here in the fourth end, and it's a crucial shot. Sure, he'll throw this one to the sweepers and let them put it in place. No points for being heavy on this one.
Kommer snart mot
Nej, ingen rygg. Den
tappa fart.
Den är fet, den är lång. Ingen rygg. Vänta.
Linjen är bra.
Nej, nu är den okej.
Den har rygg.
Ren.
Super draw here by Niklas, right down onto the tee, as if it was ever in doubt. But Russia probably have had the better of the play so far. And after 4 ends, they're going to lead Sweden by 2 shots to 1.
Так что почище играй, в центре не варись особо.
Не будем, если что, сразу чистимся.
Все, не расслабляйся.
Не расслабляться.
Все нормально. И время, пацаны, чуть побыстрее. Чуть нагнать надо.
Jag är lite pålagd, men det känns lite kort. Ni har den.
So 2-1 here at the Gruyère European Curling Championships 2013 from the Sumark Arena, Stavanger, Norway. Sweden trail.
Ja, det är definitivt så.
There's a long way to go in this game yet.
Would you say, Kenny, that Russia are good value for their win for their lead so far?
I would say, yeah, they've probably been the stronger, more accurate.
Yeah, they've certainly put Sweden under much more pressure than they've experienced, and maybe Andrei Drozdov can chalk up his first ever win over Niklas Edin.
Могу чуть попозже взять.
So is he going for the double guard here, or is he coming in and just in on top of it?
I would think he'll be playing freeze here, Kenny.
Linjen är bra. Ja, linje.
It's only a one shot game. You don't need to push the button this early. We'll want to try and generate some sort of offense here. And a really good draw.
Yeah, Sweden not really put any pressure on this Russian side yet.
So here's Peter John. Toll just became a father for the first time a month ago.
Wouldn't like to give birth to that baby anyway. Great shot by the lead though. Right in on top, geez. Super shot. Great setup by the lead. So in sheet C, Martin Schniedel throwing a complete fresh air shot with his final stone. That's allowing David Murdoch just to draw the house for 3. And no problem for the Scottish skip. They now lead 5-2. And this one, over curl maybe. And just pulls up short.
Den är jävligt dåligt spelad också.
Vad är det för fart där nu?
Det är 0. Det är, alltså den är lös och det känns ganska mesigt.
Ja, det är jävligt fösigt.
Ja.
Да. Можно на край, конечно, да.
А что на край? Он все равно лучше будет. Если бы он был
Значит, не
вторым
последний камень. Ладно.
So, goes for the double peel, doesn't quite make it, only gets a single.
Хорошо.
10 eller 11? 11. Tar du den är det okej egentligen också. Det kommer ju curla en del ändå tror jag.
Ja, det gör det. Jag tror det.
Lite dryg 11!
Japp! 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 Wow.
Fredrik Lindberg actually falling on that one.
Fan vad halt det är tycker jag på den här jäveln på tån.
That was just over curling as well. So Russia maybe a chance to push this red through and sit 3 shots.
Yeah, once again, just some inaccurate takeout play by Sweden, letting Russia off the hook.
And that's inaccurate as well because that was a big chance. That's maybe why he's not throwing skip stones anymore. Maybe feeling the pressure. Can't afford to miss mistakes like that, especially against a team like Nicholas Edin.
Well, still difficult to remove that yellow stone at the top of the 8-foot circle. I think Nicholas Edin just going to try and play a hit and roll in front of their own red. Here's Sebbe Kraup with his first of the 5th end.
A little soft for this one. Jeez.
Sorry.
Oh, that's one of the worst shots I've seen Sebastian Kraup play. Very strange.
Yeah, he just didn't get through it. Just maybe set it going. It overcurled, and as a result, removed his own one from play.
Well, now this is just a golden opportunity for Russia. Lying 2 already, no guards, and a chance to split the rings to lie 3. Still think it's going to be a big ask at this point for them to score 3 with those yellow stones being so close together, but a great opportunity to open up a 3-shot lead at half-time, I would say.
Mer än en halv sten ovanför den och den är en sten ovanför den. Det går ju att dubbla dem ganska lätt, men rullar vi av då så är det så lätt att sprida jämn höjd. Får inte vara om den dubbeln är bättre.
Well, I think
Den är lite
I don't
svårare
speak
än
Swedish,
klassiska
Kenny,
här om man
but
tar tjockt, men
I think what Kenny's saying is, what Nicholas is saying here is that it's maybe better to make the kind of long double here to set up an easier double with the second one. If you play the double on the center line, then Russia play a hit and roll to the other side, then it's going to be really difficult for them to make 2 doubles, which is what they really need to make here to stop any multiple score by Russia.
The problem with making the long double though is you push the yellow back onto the red that's just out of the rings. So I'd be tempted just to play the hit and roll one behind with
Halvträff, gör den
this
här
one.
träffen så tror jag.
Try and push the stones together
Tunnare än halv.
and get a right fly at it with Nicholas Edin's first stone.
I'm going to disagree and go with this call, Kenny. Although I wouldn't be overly confident after seeing Kraup's last takeout, but a great shot by Sebastian Kraup leaves the stone around the centre line and unfortunately doesn't stick it. So a chance once again to split the rings here.
Fan vad jag kommer fel i det.
Ja, уже встал.
Такой же вес.
Параллельно.
Ребят, центр лайн, ребята.
Воу, внимательней. Внимательней.
Да.
Воу. Сип. 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 Да. Well, that was the problem with trying to make the draw right back there. I think I'd probably just left this one tee high because it's around a quarter stone. It's quarter to half, double for Nicholas Edin.
Well, Nicholas Edin's had a bit of a fly at this one. Must be pretty close. Oh, slightly misjudged. Judges jams on that wide red. And now it should be a really straightforward deuce for Russia. Got their form man throwing last stones to Stukalski.
Yeah, just underswept that one. Didn't get on it early enough. Here you see it, just curling really hard. Gets over the top of the yellow, pushes it back onto the red. It stays, the yellow stays, red rolls.
Yeah, those peels just seem to be curling a lot. I mentioned earlier that he doesn't throw masses of rotation on those big hits. Maybe that just caused them to hit a little bit faster than they would have hoped.
Well, done enough with that one. Even Nicholas Edin wouldn't be able to get the double off that.
A really good separation, and I'd say Stukalski's not having to play hard shots, but he looks extremely confident out there. I'm sure in the second half of this game that Sweden will want to put more pressure on the Russian fourth player. Did wonder if that could be a problem for Russia in this game, having a player who doesn't have masses of experience throwing last stones at the helm.
Whoa! Ingenting. Nej.
And does ask the question though, makes the nose hit, sits short. So can't afford to be in the high side with this.
0. Спокойно.
Now Stukalski just taking a moment here to compose himself. Sure, he sees this as a great chance.
Whoa! 0. Sip! Whoa! Sip! Sip!
Again, looked like a nice clean throw.
Having to go hard on this one. Have they done enough though? Just catches an egg and a big let off for Sweden. Only the single. But 3-1, they've got to be pretty happy with that at the 5th end break.
Я то, что смотрел, у него в конце не валил вообще. 8.
3-1, нормально все.
Да, нормально, все, поехали.
Перерыв.
Перерыв.
So Russia leading 3-1 as we take a look at the highlights. Second end. Russia tried to capitalise on some early mistakes from Sweden, but couldn't quite make the tap on that top yellow. It would only be a single. In the third end, Nicholas Edin trying this half-stone double, 4-2. Hits it just too thick. Couldn't move the second yellow far enough, and it would be a steal for a 2-0 lead for Russia. Fourth end, Sweden facing 3. Could Nicholas Edin play the 1-foot draw? And here you see that there was no problem for the experienced skip. Score 2-1 after 4. And Russia managing to only get a single in the 5th. So 3-1 in the 5th end break. Coach Eva Lund down just consoling Sweden as we nip across to Denmark, France. 5-1 in Denmark's favour. We saw for France looking for the hit and stick for the single, and makes it without any problems. 5-2 in that one. Elsewhere, Norway, after a bad start, they now lead 5-2 over Finland. We've seen Denmark, France 5-2 also. Czech Republic having a horrible morning. They trail 6-2 over Scotland. And over on sheet E, Switzerland 4-2 leaders over Latvia.
Försöka få någon stenar emot på era 4 första. Bara vi jagar hela omgången, men vi ska bara 2:orna.
Ska vi verkligen ta tillvara på det att det flyter nu när det rullar av? Inte så oväntat. Det gav 50-50 på sättet. Ja, jag tänkte inför min också. Här lär Curla gå trögt. Ja, ut i frosten där. Du fick ut lite också. Keep playing like you're playing. You're going to get more mistakes out of it. Maybe Norway. Maybe Norway, yes. You're doing a great job of doing that now. Time management. Time management. Just be in the hack. Sure. Sit down, just Google.
So here at the Sumark Arena for the Gruyère European Curling Championships 2013. Sweden trail Russia 3-1 after 5 ends. And we take a look at the stats. Russia outplaying the Swedes in every part of the game. Something that you wouldn't expect to see. Sweden will look to try and up them percentages in the second half of the game. to the 6th end. I expect Russia just to try and keep things clean and tidy.
64. О, сам Тилайн, 4 фута. 4 за. 4 фута. 4.
Внимательный вес. 4 фута.
Давай.
4.
Смотри, Жака, смотри, смотри.
That one just slipping back of the button. It's really not where you need to be top of the button. Victor Schall, 90%. Very rarely below that figure.
Linjen är bra. Räcker det. Bra.
So, Russia looking for shot in behind the corner guard, which is a little surprising. The conventional call would be just right in on top of the yellow just played, maybe top 4.
Мощно.
Well, that yellow in the left-hand side of the picture in quite a good position for Russia, completely choking off the draw behind that corner. So I would expect Nicholas to try and move that yellow stone if he can see it.
Ja, 98. Kan man något högre än den andra? Ja. Över Kölan. Linjen spelar ingen roll. Ta den lite högre än den andra ändå. Kan runda den utifrån också. Perfekt så.
Okay, so throws another corner guard on this occasion. But I think they will have to move that yellow stone at some stage, that I mentioned before. Here's Drozdov, had a little bit of an errant takeout in the last end. Oh, and they have just moved that yellow stone now, so maybe that was part of the plan. By throwing that corner guard on the other side, Nicholas Dean would have known that Russia would have to peel it into out, and there was always a possibility they would move that yellow stone over there.
Yeah, nice call by skip of Sweden. Let's take a look at Fredrik Lindberg, 63%.
Försiktigt, Köla! Köla! Farten är lång.
Lugn ner dig.
Bak 8 i fart.
Runda den istället då. Bättre än den.
Again,
Då måste vi eka för det.
not looking good. I think they're going to have to go around this one.
Viktor har den.
Vi är förbi din kvast.
Interesting call that, going for the freeze.
Linjen är klockren på den här egentligen.
But actually finds not a terrible spot.
Det är den där stenen också.
Jag tycker den är stenhård direkt när han släppte den.
Där kör du.
That's a good call from Stikowski, I think. 2 shots up. Don't want to give Sweden the opportunity to work something around there.
Doesn't want to nose this one. And he definitely knows what he's doing. Takes that one off. So Finland, Norway. Finland again in trouble. Setting a bag full. Are Norway.
Hey! Hey!
Tony Antila trying to draw in. It looks like he's just promoted them in for another shot. And it would be a steal of 2, 7-2 over on sheet A. Pistol shot from Fredrik Lindberg. Great weight adjustment.
Yeah, but Sweden certainly not making things easy for themselves at the moment. To play some tough shots to generate any sort of offense.
Он идет, да. Но у них этот остается.
Можно тайбэк сделать. Либо так. Да, да, Андрюк, мне так больше нравится.
Что, тэп?
Да, тэп сделать.
Тэп?
Да. Нет, там не подставимся.
Какой вес?
Хак.
Какой?
Колодка.
А мы свой выбьем, нет?
Свой нельзя выбивать. Конец дома. Свой нельзя выбивать.
Okay, so Drozdov just going to try and move this around a little bit, try and take the freeze off, but still keep Russia aligned to it. Arkhipov having a much better game than he has throughout this week, playing 80%.
I think the probably the call I would make here is just a nose hit. Just try and keep your shooter right on top of the red, rather than leave stones around, because that's what Nicholas Steve's looking for. Stones back of the tee line. And pushes it about 2 inches too far. I think we'll see Nicholas Sedin maybe hit the yellow on the 1 foot.
Vad säger du med frysen här, Niklas?
Just check.
Frysar deras i
to the right.
Nej. Fri. Kom ner, kolla. Just nu ligger
don't want to get
bra.
right in behind. Maybe just
Slår de
even
här nu så stickar den där. Slår de insidan.
just the high side at hack weight. Roll to the edge of 4. Be perfect.
River med sig allting. Ja, men då slår de ändå. En kommer ligga kvar i alla fall. Jag fryser en bra. Som det nu kan de inte slå utsidan, får den där vicka framför.
Well, I think Sebastian Kraub's calling the shot. That was my initial first reaction, was to play the freeze on that Yellowstone, just tapped to the back of the house by Arkhipov. Nicholas Sedin just a little bit concerned about this line-up on the yellow and yellow and red at the top of the 8-foot circle. That may be able to spread a couple of them around. But the other options, Sedin could well just tap that yellow-red and do something similar to what Arkhipov did and just take the angles off that. Or they could play a takeout on that stone in the 4-foot.
Yeah, I think the takeout's the preferred shot. The second shot would be a tap, and probably the third shot would be the freeze, purely because of the stone positioning in the house.
But you can certainly understand Sebastian Kraub asking for more ice in the hack after his last attempt on the outturn in the last end. Really uncharacteristic miss there.
Den är blaze. Helt upp. Japp! Japp! Hårt!
Well, good skipping. Can they hold it in the house? They cannot, and Sebastian Kraub just seems a little bit out of sorts on that line. Just lacking confidence, maybe.
Yeah, I probably played a little bit too much weight at that, Logan. That was certainly a little bit up from hack weight.
Norma! Понять!
Whoa! As he hit this with the nose, oh, that's a great shot.
Нормально, Жень.
Nicholas just rubbing his back there. He has had back problems in the past. So whether he's maybe just a few issues with his back.
Yeah, we'll just have to think back to the World Men's Championships in 2012 in Basel when Niklas only really played a couple of games and then he had to go to hospital to get his back looked at. And had to go undergo surgery during the summer following that, so I hope that's not playing up just now.
So just electing to come around the two yellows.
Linjen är bra. Perfekt linje.
Heden närmast.
Viktor. Kom med mycket nu. Bara, titta.
Bara halvjämn. Sitt.
That's a nice drop, just showing an edge. They know that the two yellows will be driven back on it. But they might get a mistake, like a half stone, roll the shooter.
Well, Landry-Drozdov knows his angles here and knows that he can afford to hit this one on the outside and drag it back onto that red. Stukalski's had a good game. She's thrown quite a quiet weight.
This one curling hard. That was the mistake they were looking for. Chance now to come around that once again.
Well, I can't understand why they wouldn't just blast that on the outturn, half stone on the high side, drag it back onto the nose, and you'd probably make the double on that back one. Big mistake there, and now Niklas Edin with a chance to lie to.
Actually quite like the draw round in behind the two yellows now to the edge of the forefoot.
Fan, jag är på frysen förresten.
Det är samma som du gjorde dragningen.
Ja, det var mitt
just elected to play the straightforward freeze. Maybe a little bit aggressive going in behind.
Det är bättre det.
Hellre det än på 10-line så får slashen.
Ja, exakt.
Gillar ni take eller frys? Jag tänkte take instinktivt, men annars är det samma som jag drog för 1. Samma spår. Gör vi frysen bra så vi ligger andra.
Du drog med 3an och du hade 90 då.
Ja. Den kom ut lite löst och gav lite grann. Exakt samma sten egentligen. Ja. Håller vi igång den för mycket tror jag inte vi får linjen riktigt. Hamnar vi på den sidan kan vi kanske få någon...
Okej. Lägg en bra frys.
Lite slash liksom. Liten dutt är bättre än att stanna ovanför.
So this is still an aggressive shot here from Niklas Edin. Perhaps just a bit worried that he can't get good enough separation on his two red stones if he played the nose hit. I'm assuming that red at the back of the rings is lying in second shot position, of course. And Niklas just playing 70% today.
Vi behöver få all
looks rather pacey.
Måste eka för linje också. All ek vi kan få.
Linjen
börjar med den edge of the yellow.
Lite lång just nu.
Ingenting låter.
Sätta stenen ungefär.
Bra skött.
See him reaching for that back again there, Kenny. It's also not that comfortable.
Просто там можно будет быстрее, и тогда он точно ничего не будет бить.
Yeah, I think the only shot is just to blast the double here.
Пускай везет на форс играем.
Сильный.
У него. И мы, во-первых, желтым играем.
Можно? Айси стей.
И чего?
Фриз повезет. Форсанем. Давай.
Ну, так чем ты борт играешь?
Там валишь, что ли, так сильно?
Здесь валит.
Форс. Все, окей.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be hanging around with this. This will just be a
Понятно, что форс уже.
complete blast.
Сильный тейк, мужики.
Сильный?
Да.
Что хочешь, 2?
Тот красный ближе. Наших желтых.
Нижний?
Да.
Обоих?
Да. Просто повезло, что он не привез фриз.
Давай.
Sokolski, 77%.
Sit! Sit! Da! 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 Sit!
Has he done enough?
Sit! Sit!
He hasn't. Over curls. But leaves it in a hard spot for Nicholas to get a double though. Can he squeeze it past the back red?
Nej, alltså siktar du på halvträffen här, det är ganska mycket effekt i dem. Ja. Så att. Ja.
So Denmark, France, there you see Rasmus Sterna sitting 3 shots. Just looking for the 4-foot for 4.
Split up!
And surely the handshake would be offered.
Whoa, whoa!
Great shot by Rasmus, who is on fire this week. It is a 4. There goes the handshake. And France fall to the Danes. France really struggling here in the A division.
Hedin taking a bit of a risk here in their featured game, going for this double. Tough shot. But there's not too many players in the world could have made the shot that easy. And it's a score of 2.
Yeah, absolutely nailed that plum.
Well, actually 1 plus a measure, but maybe it looks like 2. Such a great shot to get that over the top of the back red without touching it. Well, I think it was due one, to be honest.
Yeah, it certainly was. These teams just been out of sorts this morning.
Inte glasklart, men det är...
I think Victor's saying something that he doesn't want anyone else to hear. Covering up his microphone there quite happily.
Yeah, maybe just having a quick word with Nicholas. Tell him to get his act together. So, as we wait the eternity for the umpire to get organised and the measure.
Looks a wee bit unsteady on the ace, this boy.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're going to get a good look at the dial here.
You see the dial will go round 2.5. Let's see. Doesn't even touch it, so it will be a score of 2 for Sweden. And the game all tied now. 3 each after 6 ends.
Играем. Все равно сейчас за центральный. Да. Стараемся. Получится как в центре, а потом чиститься. Да.
Подвинься,
So, after an interesting sixth end, Victor Schall for Sweden trying to throw up a tight guard, and Steele here to try and take the lead. So Logan, do you think Sweden will go all out here in the 7th, or will they wait till the 8th?
I think they'll push pretty hard, actually. They'll go pretty hard to try and force Russia here in the 7th so they can take the last stone in the 8th. I certainly don't think Russia will be allowed to blank this 7th end, that's for sure. So, a couple of options here. Sweden could go around, or they could throw a long guard. They're going to come around into the house.
Ganska pålägg.
Samma tid men mer pålägg. 22. Jag ska i topp 4.
Ska vi köra då? Linjen är helt okej. Linjen är okej och farten är bra.
Säg bara nu, säg bara, behöver köra, det ligger längre fram.
Kom igen, det kommer mycket nu Sebbe. Kom igen, det kommer skit med dig. Gå, kom igen. Kom igen. Lite till, kom igen. Bra stöd.
So it does make the draw in behind that centre guard. Doesn't get fully buried though.
Мне кажется, безопаснее будет провести флайтборд. Все. Board! Sip! Oh! Sip! 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 Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, Big John trying to tap this one through. And roll to the wing. Stick around. Super shot by the Russian lead. Really having a good game. There's Big Peter. And now Nicholas, do you need to decide whether he wants to continue to come around the centre or whether he wants to play a hit on the wing. I'm sure he won't be in love with too much yellow granite lying around the house without the last stone.
Yep. Håll kvar istället. Okej. Det är bra.
So playing a little bit safe. Don't want to give up a multiple score here in the 7th end.
Stay.
Да. Слабый тейк.
So there's always a little bit of a risk coming around the centre guard with Sweden's second lead stone. It could have thrown another long guard and would have forced Russia to come around the centre rather than playing a hit and roll to the wing. And what has Andre done this time?
God knows what he's done with that one. Completely missed.
Yeah, not even close really.
Linjen är bra. Behöver gå järnet för linjen också.
Den är kort.
Ta centergarden, det är lugnt. Ja, bara stanna.
Fredrik Lindberg needs to get a grip of himself. That is not a good shot from a world-class second player like Fredrik. He's completely let Andre Drozdov off the hook here. Meanwhile, on sheet C, right next door, Czech Republic and Scotland. Scotland with a must-win game, really. keep themselves in contention for the playoffs. Currently leading by 6 shots to 4.
Yeah, Czech Republic skip Martin Striedel having what can only be described as a nightmare.
Yeah, good to see Iji, his brother, back on the ice though, although only throwing second stones and skipping. I wonder if we might see him back throwing the last stones in the next game. That's a kind of similar situation. Drozdov making a good correction after his first wild throw.
Jag tror jag har mer än Heden då. Det är ändå spelas 3 tankar i rad där nu. Okej. Med! Whoa! 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 Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, so just looking to try and pull the play in around the centre.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think Sweden will do so when they're maybe only lying 1 against. They're probably hoping for a hit and roll out from Russia at the moment. But still a little bit too risky to go around the centres and ignore these wide stones.
Whoa!
Oh!
See!
Yeah, so Russia trying to keep the play out wide. But after a few stones, that yellow has moved top of the tee.
Yeah, so I think we'll see Sweden start to try and make this hit and roll behind the cover.
Nice shot. Although it does come out the other side, he's right back on that yellow.
Yeah, pistol relay by Sebastian Kraup.
Yeah, the reason they played the down weight was so they got a little bit more control with it.
T-line! Дойти, воу! T-line сам, за! Конец фриз!
And this looks as if it's been overthrown, Logan. Sweeper standing right back off this one.
Doesn't have to lie in shot position though. This is the chance I would say that Niklas is looking for if he wants to try and force the one. It's going to be key to get one in there in front of the tee line first.
So maybe you would explain, Logan, why they're electing to play the out turn, come around that centre.
Yeah, well, the reason they're coming around the out turn here, Kenny, is just where that Yellowstone's positioned that Arkhipov just threw. If Niklas shows half a stone from the hack, doesn't need to get fully buried here, but he knows that if Russia can see any of this draw from the hack, they can't really play a takeout on it without removing their own Yellowstone as well. So I think smart thinking by Niklas Dean.
Den 80 tror jag blir kort uppåt. Alltså samma sättning med samma... Sätt den här boys.
So this is really the chance that Dean was looking for. Only line 1 against. Not been at his brilliant best today, but still very much alive in this game.
Säkra bättre än den. Bite 4, halva 4. Linjen är bra, säkra bättre än gul. Linjen är perfekt. Ja, hårt minst bite 4. Gå fort! Hårt!
Almost a bit of a panic there. Stone almost stopped. Don't really know what happened to that. Niklas reaching for his back again there, you can see. Definitely a little bit of discomfort. Just Just wonder if the ice is just a little bit tracky, Kenny. Some different speeds, and a lot of the play has been down the left-hand side of the sheet as they go away from the home end. So maybe just some fresh ice there.
Alexei Kalski trying to draw out. Sit to. Line looks really big at the moment.
Yeah, but important to stay in front of the T-line. And Stakalski playing some good stuff once again. Maybe just comes a fraction too far though, and if Nicholas Dean can freeze that, then it could well be difficult for Russia to score too. Meanwhile, Latvia and Ritvar Gulbis with his final stone of the 7th end here. Currently trailing by 4 shots to 2. This is a must-win game for Latvia if they want to be considered for the playoff stages. So perfectly made draw, and it's going to be a 1-shot game after 7 ends. Switzerland leading by 4 shots to 3.
Samma fart igen är hårt va? Ja. Bara frysen om vi får linjen. Börjar.
Yes.
Кто?
Я.
А я куда?
Царица.
Балашку.
Балашка это предел.
So tied at 3 each.
Да?
Here in the 7th.
Туда, к Лёхе, Зеленогорск.
Well, I'm sure Russia would just love to see Nicholas Dean come down and bounce off this freeze.
Linjen är okej. Heden närmast. Bra fart. Okej, bra fart. Linjen är bra.
The Supers are happy with the line, and Nicholas is happy with the weight.
Heden närmast. Nej, Heden närmast.
Dutta lite just nu.
Yeah, line looks pretty good now. Need to go. Need to go. Perfect.
Yeah, couldn't do much better than that, and Drozdov scratching his head. There is still this out-turn draw though. Just trying to get a little piece of the 1 foot.
Два фута, надо белую пустить.
Посмотреть зону. Петь, в нашем распоряжении полностью 2 фута и еще чуть-чуть. Итак, ребятка.
Давай, Лёх.
Там сторона чуть не хапнет, сильнее надо кидать. Да, и линия. Но там пожестче, пусть нормально будет.
So I saw Nicholas Dean come up a little bit short on this side of the sheet. Just wonder if it might be a fraction slower. So I'm sure the Russian sweepers would have been split timing Nicholas. I will have a fair idea of what he threw.
T-line! Только вес! T-line! 2 фута!
Seem quite happy with this one.
Линия!
Small target area.
Линия свип! Линия свип! Линия держать! Держать линия!
This one looks absolutely bang on for weight. Have they got it past? They haven't. Weight was perfect. So it's only a 1. Russia 4-3 up now after 7 ends.
Я вроде вертуху задал. Чуть-чуть не держали. Хорош. Вес-то был бы, да?
Det kan vara matchen, men allting egentligen.
Ja, fan.
ta ett helt okej, då har vi 2 gångers match på oss, tvinga på en 1 och 2. 0 eller 2. 0 helt okej. Ja, håll upp den.
Душите их
Смотри. Начало дома, Тилай.
Легче, Леша.
Как он отпустил. Начало тих.
Смотри, Жень, смотри.
Начало тих. Тилай.
So as we get the 8th end underway,
Т4.
we're going to see Russia throw one into the house. They'll know that Sweden are going to push pretty hard here to try and score a deuce. They want to make sure that they do score in this end though, Sweden. But meanwhile on sheet 8, a very one-sided game. Norway cuffing Finland by 10 shots to 4.
Yep.
And Norway looking very, very good, the home nation going into the playoffs. And that's 6 straight wins. Finland, they're going to drop to 1 win and 5 losses. And still with a lot of work to do to guarantee their survival in the A group this week.
Да.
Есть, слони.
So Peter John, who has been pretty superb in this game.
Ждать!
Пятый, шестой.
Ждать!
В доме.
Нет, дома нету, 6-й, Андрюх.
Женя!
Сип до конца.
Well, one thing that the Swedish team haven't done well in this game is bring their corner guards into play, and I think that's got to be largely down to the quality of the setup play from Russia in this game. Again, just hangs half a stone high and exposes the wrong side of that yellow stone. Earlier in the game, you might have seen Nicholas Steen try and bump that yellow stone, but going for a freeze this time.
0-5.
And pretty even between the two leads on the statistics.
Den sitter kort. Curla mycket nu. Ja. Linje.
Hårt! Hårt!
Farten är bra.
Hårt! Kör! Gå! Helt okej. Давай, может, гард?
Не надо, гард. Тут либо так.
Окей.
Борт.
Да.
Больше. Там валит, да.
Си! Борт плюс!
Си! Держать! Си! Вау! Си! Вау! Си!
Женя.
Nice shot, yeah.
Все хорошо.
Yeah. Keeps his nose clean this time after a horrendous miss in the last end.
Nej!
Japp! Whoa! Japp!
That's a super shot this time from Lindberg. Makes the roll right over behind the corner guard, and for the first time, Sweden managed to get one of those corner guards into play. And what a good time to do it in the 8th end.
Давай через гард!
Well, they could just peel the guard here. I think that's exactly what they will do. Andre Drozdov easily outplaying Fredrik Lindberg, really suffering on the draws today. And actually takes the other guard off, pushes it into the house. Good play by the Russian skip.
Yeah, would you maybe play the draw around that top one now?
Yeah, I think that's a fair call, Kenny. Come around the outside on the intern.
Yeah, but we're going to go live to Latvia, Switzerland. Switzerland leading 4-3. Latvia sitting 1. Sven Mikkel with a chance to possibly kill the game off.
Well, maybe Niklas Edin actually in our future game is just thinking Fredrik Lindberg hasn't actually made a draw today, so play to his strengths, play to what he's confident with, and play the takeout instead.
Давай шутер оставить обязательно.
So looks like a great chance to really create some daylight here. Sven Mikkel down with the brushes here, and looks good for a nose hit.
Yeah, nice easy 2. 6-3, they lead Latvia. Really in command over there as they head into the 9th end.
Chappen får de ju visserligen dubbelt på, men sätter de inte den ligger det bra. Så vi spelar den ändå.
So Sweden got the mistake, and they are looking to try and score their 2 here in 8.
Yeah, again, could be putting the draw around here. I certainly think they'll want to score in this 8th end. And there isn't really too much risk at the moment. I think a blank end here would completely play into the Russians' hands. Not sure about that call from Niklas.
Yes. Chilling.
Давай.
A big weight here from Arkhipov. Can he make this double? A super play by the Russian third. Makes both of those reds go away. And I'm really surprised at some of the shots that Niklas Edin's called in this end. He really didn't want a blank end here. He's more than happy to score, I would think, and keep the hammer in the even ends. I called a couple of takeouts with the last 2, and some super takeout play by Arkhipov. Slightly being outplayed by Sebastian Kraup, but some very odd misses in this game from Sebastian. Still doesn't seem at his 100% best.
Linjen är okej, heden närmast.
Perfekt linje, heden närmast.
Jag tror den är lite lång. Okej.
Ja, vänta, behöver Karla också. En runda? Ja. Den ligger själv. Nej. Ja.
Hej. Mycket fart.
Samma fart som alla där.
Lite lurigt, de måste ändå sätta sina bra nu.
Jag tycker att en 1 är ändå okej.
Well, Russia choosing to split the rings here after that shot by Sweden. Their strategy has to be to try and blank this end, so not too sure about this call. Whether they should be splitting the rings and really accepting that Sweden are going to force the 1. I think they prefer a blank and then to try and force the 1 in the 9th end. We'll see how this works out for them.
На щетку прям. Все, сам. Все туда, воу. Сам. Воу. Воу, нет, поднять, воу, Петя, воу.
Может, ниже его?
Не надо.
Well, this is always the problem when you play against Niklas Edin. You're playing these shots, trying to get the stone position absolutely perfect. You know you're getting followed by a phenomenal takeout player like Niklas Edin. And it just puts that extra pressure on you to get your stones in exactly the right spot. And really, Stikowski is only a foot or two out there, and Niklas Edin is going to have a chance to make this double to set up the deuce.
I just don't think it's there. It's certainly there, but if you hit and run, you've been forced to your one.
Well, I think the way things are at the moment, Kenny, you're getting forced to your one anyway, so I think it's definitely worth a go. Even if you can make a hit and roll towards the centre line, it gives Russia some work to do. Certainly not short of horsepower, this one. Doesn't want to remove his own red. Oh, this is a terrific shot.
Oh, wonderful shot. He thought he'd missed it.
Super shot by Niklas.
That's what he said. He said, I thought I missed it.
Wow. Some serious hot sauce on that one.
Yeah. Old Chuck was certainly screaming his way. Just misses the back red.
Wow. Not too many players in the world could make that shot, I can tell you that much.
Ниже бы точно не было угла.
На что?
Ну, чтобы они в свой выбили. А так могли.
Так двойной это сложнее было.
So it's Stikowski's turn to try and go for the double now, is it?
Oh, this is a really tough one. He's having to go across the face on it as well. It's going to be really difficult for him to get the momentum on the roll to push that red out. Doesn't have to move it far though, it must be said. And they're all tied up at fourth position. 73% each.
Поднять! Поднять!
So, has he done enough? Nope, just noses it. And I think makes it really easy for Sweden just to play the nose hit. And they've got a bit of backing on the outside.
It's one of those ones that you just need to be a little bit careful as to where that backing is actually there. It would be easy to hit it kind of a thick half and roll into the wide one and spin up out of the rings. So I think I'll just be focusing on making the nose hit.
Drag! Den yttre ligger lite ovanför, så vi spelar på chapp på den inne, men man har stöd utåt om den tar väldigt tjockt. Ligger den ute så kan man ta tunt på den yttre också. 8. Det enda dåliga är ifall jag tar halvtunt på den inre, då kan man rulla iväg vänster.
Final stone of the 8th end, Niklas Edin. Just to make the hit and stick here. And some terrific takeout play by Niklas in this 8th end. Sets up the deuce for the second time in this game, and Sweden starting to take control since half-time. Sweden leading Russia by 5 shots to 4.
Мы же об этом говорили.
Да.
Это
Если
лучше.
будут, 2 давайте, возьмем 2.
Давайте на 2 пойдем.
Если нет, тогда...
За его кордон?
So I'm sure you just saw on your pictures, Nicholas Dean still having some problems with that lower back. Trying to get it moving, trying to get the muscles activated.
Curlar! Det är riktigt långt ut. Kan ta en guard nära nästan nu. Kommer inte bli någonting av det ändå. Ta guard nära, det är okej.
Jag tycker vi...
Well, interesting they went into the rings there, but Scotland have defeated Czech Republic. Not always a gimme in the round robin for Dave Murdoch, but a much required win. Scotland are going to move to 4 wins and 2 losses. And Czech Republic are going to fall to 1 and 5, I believe, Kenny.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Гард надо, возите. Плохой камень. Ja, den är inne. It's in, right? Normal. Wow, är det? Wow, är det? Wow! Du ligger på chappen! Nej, det är bästa fall. Ja, det ligger bra. Japp.
Okay, so Sweden not really making the effort to force the one here in the 9th end. Also quite content to go 1 up down the last. The odds do favour the team that are 1 up without the hammer in the 10th end over the ones that are 1 down with. But still would have thought Nicholas would have pushed a little bit harder to try and force the one and really improve his chances of winning the game.
Yeah, you'd have thought so, but they're just trying to keep it simple. I think Sweden, they know that they're the better side. Russia haven't really had a chance to score 2 against them, so I think that's maybe the thinking behind it, Logan.
Kenny, are you surprised to see that this game has been as tight as it has been?
Yes and no. We know how good the Russian guys can be at times. Maybe just Sweden, 3 out of the 4 playing well, but maybe one guy having a bad day, as we've seen a couple of times this week. Maybe just need to tighten everything up, and they'll be there or thereabouts come the end of the week.
Слабый! Поднять!
Давай.
So on the end sheet, here's Latvia and Switzerland. And Gulbis playing the red stones. And looks like he could well be drawing for 3, Kenny.
Yep, sure is. And Latvia can put themselves right back in contention for qualifying if they pick up a win against Switzerland.
Kenny, we're seeing Rutvar Gulbis really start to match the best teams at the Europeans. Think we could see them making a challenge on the playoffs sometime in the near future?
Maybe if a few teams have a bad week, but I still do think they're not quite up there with the likes of Sweden, Scotland, Switzerland, Norway, Denmark. So maybe they are maybe 6th on the list in and around that area.
Well, it is a score of 3 in the 9th end for Latvia, and Sven Mikkel's got to be pretty disappointed with that, throwing away a 3-shot lead. And Switzerland and Latvia tied game coming home. Meanwhile, in our featured game, Sweden and Russia playing a very defensive 9th end. Both teams quite happy for the end to be blanked, it would seem.
That's okay.
Yeah, not much going on here in the 9th. There you see the scoreboard, 6 each. Over on sheet E. So from a commanding position, Sven Mikkel has really let it slip.
Хороший вес сколько? 6-8. Воу.
Это как у Дрозда.
Воу, ничего.
Конец дома сам.
Конец дома вылет.
So Russia just trying to corner freeze the yellow.
Может вытряхнем?
But this one looking pretty heavy. So Sweden with a chance now to play the corner freeze themselves. Just get in front of the yellow, maybe just a couple inches into the house. Hope for a mistake from Russia. Chip the redstone back onto the yellow.
Yeah, I think they'll be looking for something kind of above the T-line, just make it a little bit harder to peel.
Ingenting. Nej. Ja, bara stanna. Den är bra. Alltså 86. 06. Nollade.
Yeah, maybe I would have liked that about a foot or so to the right.
Yeah, still a good enough position though for Russia just to have to give this a little bit more attention. I think we'll just try and see them try and just peel this one off. They won't be too worried about where the shooter goes, as long as the red leaves.
Wow, 9 выше. Легко. Sit. Wow. Sit. 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 Wow. 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 Easy.
Yeah, peels it out, no problem. Peels the back one also.
Om de får frysen här kan det ganska lätt slå bort det.
Ja, klipp det.
Ja.
Don't think there'll be any messing from Nicholas Dean. He'll just be ripping this one. Try and hang around. Sweden with Nicholas Dean heading and running.
I think that's what Sebastian Kraut suggested. We saw Andrea Schupp making this mistake last night with her skips first stone, you're drawing the open house, trying to blank the end, and she came up short of the rings and was punished for it, gave up a steal, so that's why Nicholas chose to hit and run there.
Начало дома, T-line. Начало T.
A pretty big error to come up short of the house, I'm sure. Stukalski knows to err on the heavy side on this occasion.
Whoa.
Оставь угол.
Зачем меня взял за руку?
Yeah, so once again, just a bit of a takeout from Nicholas. He will want to hang around with this one, just to try and put a bit of pressure on, hope for maybe a nose hit.
Ren. Japp. Ja, ren. Japp. Ren. Ren. Det blir lite utvik. Nej. Bra.
Oh, great shot. But you got to think if he does jam that, the shooter, that Russia throw would probably roll into shot.
Yeah, it would have to be a pretty horrendous throw though to even hit the inside of it. So Stukalski. They've played this whole end to blank. And this is that shot where if you miss it, you look like a bit of an idiot after playing the whole end this way. I don't think there's going to be any problems here. Stukalski continuing to throw the stone well. His technique standing up, and the ninth end is blanked. It's a one-shot game coming home, and Russia trailing by 1 with the last stone. Sweden 5, Russia 4.
Ну, стоп, Москвы. Стоп,
Чтобы последний можно
да,
был
да, да,
Последний,
да.
ты знаешь, к чему готовиться?
Да, я знаю, к чему готовиться. Но что, как будем? У нас времени достаточно и думать, и все. Да.
Minusgrader. Vakna lite nu så. Ja, exakt. Bra skott nu!
Victor Schell getting us underway in this 10th end of our featured game between Sweden and Russia. If you've just joined us, we're in the final end and you're watching live coverage from the Gruyère European Curling Championships 2013 from the Supermarket Arena in Stavanger, Norway. This is draw 6 of the men's competition. And it's been a very tight affair. Neither team really getting ahead in this game. My name's Logan Gray and I'm joined by Kenny Edwards once again this week. Kenny, where's your money here?
I think it's got to be on Sweden. They've been in this situation quite a lot.
5-6, Андрюх. Сам до конца. Сам до конца. 5-й, 6-й.
As we've heard earlier on in the game,
О, Женя, не трогай его.
That Sweden are 5-0 against this team. So you've got to think Sweden will be able to close this out.
Samma linje! Risk över på den här också. Linjen är okej. Risk över.
So just to go back to some stats that Jerry Gertz from Curling Zone sent me the other day when Niklas Edin was playing against Norway. Prior to that game, Niklas was 59% to win in this situation, up 1 without the hammer in the last end.
Slabый тейк. Или борт.
Определись сам.
Борт.
So electing to play the takeout. That guard just slipping about 3 inches too far and into the house. If it had been short, they couldn't have removed it.
Sit! 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 Борт! Sit! Linje sit! Да, linje sit! Да! 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 Жестче! Sit! 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 Да! Skott!
Leaves the centre guard.
So it's probably the first mistake we've seen from Peter Drawn.
Linjen är bra. Hake.
Lindberg struggled in this game.
Farten är okej. Risk överkör.
Been able to find his weight.
Ja, med och runda istället då. Japp! Hårt linje! Hårt! Hårt!
Mike 4! Okej, då är den lång. Topp 4 till och med.
Strax nedanför den där då.
Right down in. Again, just slips a little bit far though. Back of tee.
Okej, det är ganska lång. Jag tycker han trycker på honom ganska bra.
Du tror att 10 ska vara så där långt?
Bort.
So, sheet E. Latvia going up against Switzerland. They're tied. Ritvar Gulbis for Latvia trying to draw around a corner guard.
Isaac, let's go, Isaac!
Needs to get in for a shot though. Has he done enough? I think he has. But Sven Mikkel will probably just ignore that 12-foot stone and try and be fully 12-foot to pick up another win. Switzerland, 3 wins, 2 defeats. Latvia, 2 wins, 3 defeats. So important for both sides.
Oh, great shot there by Drozdov in our featured game. Trying to split that top yellow and pushes on right out the house. Another interesting stat from Jerry Gertz at Curling Zone. Since 2010, Drozdov is 4-1, has an 80% chance of winning when 1 down with the hammer. Since 2010, so he's obviously not been in this position very often in the last 4 seasons. 3 seasons. But anyway, Sven Mikkel, despite losing 3 in the 9th end, plays a very cool draw to the 4-foot to keep their playoff hopes alive. And Switzerland will now move to 4 wins and 2 losses, while Latvia will go to 2 and 4. But Latvia really mixing it with the best every single game. But back on our featured sheet, sheet D, Sweden and Russia team conference, led by Niklas Edin. Timeout call, and this is 2-time Olympic champion Eva Lund coming out to impart her advice on the situation.
Ja, jag tycker nästan corner. Jag är nästan inne på Niklas. Jag är inne på corner också. Då får du drag ner runt för 2 corner. Skickar det för långt till vänster, då kommer den in bakom corner.
So what do you think, Logan? What do you think call is here?
I actually wouldn't mind them going for the double on the 2 yellows here. Just peel the corner and try and roll into the yellow in the house. Even if they just peel the guard, then it's still a lot of work for Russia to do to score 2. And I think the goal in this situation, the way the stones are sitting at the moment, I think Niklas needs to accept that the way this end's set up, then probably the best they're going to be able to do is just to force Russia to score 1. They're not really in a great position to try and go for the steal. Your thoughts, Kenny?
Yeah, I probably would agree with you. Just take the guard off, exactly what they're doing. Try and run it into the other yellow. But not like that. You had to err on the right side, not the professional side from Sweden.
Ja, jag speedar på det.
Med centerspel i alla fall, det är väl
alltid något.
Yeah, Fredrik Lundberg is not making a good case today for him being a morning person. Definitely not one of his stronger performances today.
So mistake from Sweden. Can Russia capitalise?
Whoa! 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 Sit!
Drozdov has had a bit of a rush of adrenaline with this one. He played a little bit much weight, but gets a little lucky.
Good skipping there by Stikalski. And now Sweden find themselves in a lot of trouble. That was really a super result for Russia to get all the way over there.
Yep! Yep! Whoa! Yep! Hard!
He would love to make this hit and check in behind the guard. Just a little bit too far, but starts to move the stones in the house a little bit closer together.
Nudged it. I don't think it. Bra spel.
Well, it's a glorious chance for Russia.
Yeah, so a great call with Drozdov's last stone. Probably ended up in a better spot than they could have hoped for.
Whoa! Whoa! Поднятие! Whoa! Wow!
So we've got a lot of curling to do. Should be okay though. But puts the two yellows close together. So big chance for Sebastian Kraut to make up for what can only be described as an average performance this afternoon.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be too worried about holding the shooter there. They know that even if they do stick around here, that Russia are going to come around that guard. So seems to make sure of getting the double here. 77% today on 13 hits, and talk about Russia blood to the head. Sebastian Kraut with a really uncharacteristic miss. I think Sweden can see this game starting to slip away from them. So still work for Russia to do here, but once again a fantastic chance. And this is the guard line around that Fredrik Lundberg was unable to peel. Absolutely must get a bite of the house. Oh, super scrub here from Stikalski and drawn. Perfect positioning by Arkhipov. And now Nicholas Edin's going to need to really pull out a phenomenal shot. Going for the raised double, I would say.
Yeah, even if you're on this straight back though, Logan. I've seen Nicholas Edin do this so often.
Yep.
So Nicholas Edin trying to drill this one back.
Oh, super raise.
Great shot by the skipper.
Yeah, and that wasn't quite waked either. Absolutely stuck it in behind the guard, and has Nicholas Edin just pulled it right out of the fire for Sweden. That's an absolute stinger.
Доставать его смысла нету. Вести надо туда.
Везите!
А? Да. Как ты, Женя, ставил?
С 8.
So I think Russia can't believe what just happened there. I think they
С 8 ставь.
thinking of how they were going to celebrate their win over Sweden, but now it looks like they're going to have to play 2 great shots to pick up a 2.
Сколько у Жени было?
Yeah, there is a slight angle on those 2 red stones that could just help them get it covered.
I think you viewers might be in for an extra end. I think that's the favourite at the moment.
Well, Stikowski's had a good game. 72% on 8 draws. And you wouldn't expect him to be too far away this time either.
Going hard on this one though, Logan. Have they got it past the red?
Looking good here.
Oh, just picks a curl at the end as well.
Stinger of a draw there from Stikowski. He's looked completely at home throwing the 4 stones today, I would say.
Dutten är okej faktiskt.
Så, mitt i. Ja. Den är så pass gömd dock att får vi dutten då kommer vi nästan.
Ja, jag tror att det kommer
en halv även om jag smiter med en duttfart. Minus en tredjedel på
So
garden.
Nicholas Edin going to have to pull another one out the fire to corner freeze this yellow.
Мы в конце бросили. Не, конечно, лучше было, конечно, нет, если...
Who knows what they're thinking?
Тут бы ударил тебе. Да, стоец. И все у него остался.
Ja, lite framför tiden. Vi måste ju för inte ligga skottet. Han får ju dra, men han lär ju sätta dragning. Det är 10-dragningsspåret som han får dra det. Så. Ja. En liten dutt får han och göra någon take på Karlanen där är ändå bättre. Ja, okay. Så fart ner, men... Ja.
So Nicholas Edin with a chance to
vi kan behöva hålla linjen på slutet. Men okay.
get his team out of jail. The only game left on the ice.
88.
Heder
lite lång.
Heder igen.
Kan vara lite lång.
Okay,
bara linjen. Den är lång. Den är lång.
The weight now. Line looks pretty
Dutta just nu.
good.
Dutta.
Maybe a fraction heavy is what the sweepers are signaling.
Kommer dutta. Dutta en sten ungefär.
Okej.
Just a foot of running too heavy.
Well, good enough to make Russia play a tough shot at least. But it's certainly available. Russia have an opportunity to win this game. And can Drozdov seal his first ever victory over Nicholas Edin? You see, most of that stone seen from the hack. If they hit what they can see there, that will be more than good enough to score the deuce.
Я вот так за колодка плюс.
Yeah, just a nice controlled weight, hack weight. Even if they do catch the red onto the yellow, you've got to expect would stay in the 8 foot.
Actually, Kenny, they're not taking a lot of ice here, so well, maybe they are just playing a hack weight. They were taking ice inside the edge of the button at one point, and that would really make it a much more difficult shot than it is.
Certainly make it more entertaining. So expect a lot of sweeping action in this one. Can he keep his composure? here with his final stone in the 10th end.
Taking deep breaths, just trying to settle himself. Trying to get the adrenaline levels down a little bit. Well, looked like a pretty good throw. This one might well be made, Kenny.
Yeah, looking very good at the moment.
Yes, great shot by Stukowski. And once again, Drozdov secures the deuce in the final end to take this one down, and a huge upset here in draw 6 of the men's 2013 Europeans.
Yeah, Russia now move to 2 wins and 4 defeats as we take a look at that yellow stone coming down, removing the red, and you can see the delight on Andrei Drozdov. There you see 4th player for Russia, Stukowski, delighted with picking up 2.
Thank you.
This is the 4th.
Huh?
4th.
And disappointment for Nicholas Edin. They suffer their 3rd defeat. So they slip to 3-3. And interesting to see if Nicholas Edin is out in the next game. There was a few back problems for him. So teams just getting themselves off the ice. There you see it, big 2 in the 10th end to win the game. Sweden always struggling, not managing to get the advantage. As we take a look at the 6th end, Nicholas Edin looking for a 2, trying the double, catching the 2nd stone first, trying to push it across the top, catching it sweet, and after the measure it was a score of 2. 7th end, Russia sitting 1, and chance for Alexei Stukowski to try and draw for 2. Sweepers not getting on this one early enough. Weight was perfect, but just catches the guard, and it was a score of 1. 10th and final end, Russia with a chance for their first win over Sweden here at the European Championships. Sneaks past the high guard and removes the red. They score 2 and a 6-5 win.
Thank you. Good job. Thank you. Good game. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So elsewhere, Norway, really a dominant performance. 10-4 over Finland. Denmark 9-2 over the young team from France. Czech Republic really struggling against Scotland, 9-5. And elsewhere, Switzerland beating Latvia. So you see Norway, Denmark, top of the table. Scotland and Switzerland looking good for a playoff spot now. Sweden 3-3. And France, Finland, Czech Republic at the bottom of the table with that single win.
Andre, congratulations on your win against Niklas. Am I right in thinking that's the first time you've beat Niklas?
Yeah, the first time. It's I'm really happy. Yeah, I think it will be a good step for us. Good grow up for us.
And what did your team do well today that allowed you to beat Nicholas?
Today we missed less than Nicholas, and I think it's will be better. It's
Как сказать, что как там?
Sorry, yeah, we just play well today.
Okay, and what's your goal for the week for Russia?
What do you mean?
What's your goal? What do you want to achieve this week?
Что он сказал, Chief? Now we try to go to challenge to World Championship.
And how important is it in your training towards the Olympics in Sochi?
It's really important. It's we need this we need these games. We need experience to grow up.
Congratulations and good luck for the rest of the week.
So that was Andrei Drozdov of Russia. The winning skip here in the Sumark Arena, Stavanger, Norway. So 6-5, Russia won. So from Logan and myself, thanks for listening.